All I know is that the head car in a train is called locomotive. And folks, it's great to be back. I tell you one thing right now.
Hey,
It's been a minute, and you know life goes on. Life tosses some coach pitch baseballs to you, and you can either knock it out the park or you can hit a nice little blooper and mess the fuck up.
I play T-ball. I don't know.
And that is the wackest sport I ever known.
So
I ain't gonna lie to you. Hold on.
T-ball.
T-ball. Look, I know. My girl's little 5-year-old right now is in T-ball.
T-ball is golf.
But guess what it is?
T-ball's golf.
We're gonna get to golf later. Guess what it is? It's coach pitch. I never knew that. I never knew you could do coach pitch and T-ball in the same league.
I don't know.
So what they do, they toss the ball 3 times. After the 3rd time, if they don't hit it, they put it on a tee. And I was like, that's kind of cool, getting them ready for the next league.
Yeah, that's not what I did at all.
Me neither.
I remember I just ran up to the tee and I hit the shit out the tee. I meant to hit the tee. Now I'm trying to beat that tee down the motherfucker. I don't know why.
You one of them kids.
I fucked around a lot as a kid.
You're doing something on purpose that you're not meant to do.
No, I'm not saying I was a bad kid, but like imagining me as a kid, like in the way I was thinking and what I did, like I was just trying to bend the rules, and that's usually ass whoopings every day, and it was.
So again, you were a bad ass whoopings every day calls for a bad
I was
kid.
hard headed in the sense of I didn't do the same thing every time, but I always did different shit that was similar.
Brings me to a great topic. You're hard headed, right? As a kid. So as you grew older, did you ever realize like, yo, my parents were right? Or was it like, yo, I'm hard headed, my parents are always wrong, and to this day they're still wrong?
To this day, and I'm not a mama's boy by any means, by any degree. I've moved 1,000 miles away from my mama, not on purpose, but just a fact. She's never really been wrong about shit that she told me, bro. I can't really, unless she's usually wrong on dumb shit, like, oh, I remember that actor, or, oh, that book was this color. Like, dumb shit she'll fuck up on, but like, shit she telling me, like, look, you know what I'm saying? She been right. And that's some bullshit. Because every time I'll be like, nah, you can't be right 1,000% of the time. So I'm testing this one time because I know you're not right. And she ended up being right.
And I ain't gonna lie. I'm a 50-50 on it. You're absolutely right. They always be right? But it's because maybe they've gone through that experience. It's not because they were right initially. Their mom might have been right.
Right.
Their parent might have been right to teach them that and like, oh, I could teach this to my kid. And guess what? I have learned so many lessons that I can't wait to teach to my kids. So I agree with that. 1,000% agree with that.
Just name one lesson you feel like you want to teach your kid.
That's a great question on the spot.
Fair question. Let me ask you this. If you were
Just
to
ask me a
have,
question.
no, I'm going to give you something else before I do that. Say if you were to have a mixed race child. I know you say you always want to have you know what I'm saying, you like black women and stuff.
Whoa. You said I always be saying, I date Latinas.
Yeah, I understand. But I'm saying
So it'll be mixed race no matter what.
Okay, let me say
for you to
this.
throw in the black is crazy. That's crazy.
I'm not saying, okay, so I've seen Mo say a lot of things about a lot of famous black women that he's attracted to.
I just don't date white women, so that's why it'll be a mixed race child.
Right. But specifically in the sense of, say if it was a specifically very Hispanic or specifically very black, you know what I'm saying, counter parent.
Okay.
Other parent.
Counter
right?
parent, yeah.
So do you
Sounds
feel
like I got child support already.
But do you feel like you'll be able to teach them, like, because it's tough because you're a white man, right? Because you have to talk to them.
But I didn't grow up white.
I understand that, but you have to talk to them in a certain way that, you know what I'm saying, that you have to be kind of careful the way you talk, right? So say if you're talking to a Hispanic kid or a black kid about something specific that has to do with like how people perceive them, about how they got to move around and stuff like that, do you feel like you'll be able to have those conversations comfortably, or you feel like you got to tell the mom to say that kind of shit so they understand it more?
It all depends. Like from the beginning, I already disagree with what you said about, oh well, you're white, so you got to talk to them a certain way. No, I feel like as a baby, they don't know if they're white, black, Mexican, Japanese, Asian.
I'm not talking about
anything.
baby.
No. I know as a child, as they grow up, like say a 4-year-old. A 4-year-old doesn't know, oh, I'm white compared to Mexican. Like me, I grew up in the valley. Like I just thought people were people as a kid, right? People are people. And then as you grow older, people that had troubles, they want to express those troubles, and then you start to realize. It's not just all of a sudden, like my mom didn't say, hey, those people over there are different, so talk to them differently. No, so when I talk, hold on. So when I talk to my kid, I'm going to talk to them like, hey, this is what life is. And then if they come home from school and be like, hey, this different person told me this, I was like, okay, now we're going to explain to you why this and this and this. I don't think I'm going to just come off the rip and be like, hey, since you're mixed, you have to go this way. No, I don't think so at all.
That's irresponsible.
No, bro. A kid should be a kid as long as possible, bro. It's irresponsible to tell a kid Santa's real. Come on.
No, it's not. They showed me immediately
the Easter bunny doesn't lay eggs.
Why is it irresponsible to tell?
We tell them that there's a bunny coming for Easter.
Why is it irresponsible to tell a kid that Santa Claus is not real?
Because you're setting them up for expectations that I worked my ass off all year to get you these gifts, and you just love Santa. You don't even know where this comes from. You know how hard I work for you. You know how much I love you.
So why?
Santa did it.
So why let Santa take the credit? Why not say, hey, instead of trying to be good for Santa, and since he's not watching, and you think you can get away with shit because he's not really in your face.
We're on the same page.
But if you think that I'm gonna give you these gifts and you've been fucking up all year like I used to, fucking up all year, you think that you should know that that's not.
Let's bring it back to C. What you mean? You still got gifts for Christmas?
Man,
were they from Santa or were they from who?
Oh no, that was from my mom and my dad.
So they never wrote Santa.
Not that I can remember. Maybe.
So then it's irresponsible to tell them to believe in a fake mythology.
I thought you said irresponsible to tell them it's not Santa. I'm about to say, nigga, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's not Santa that got you these gifts. It's irresponsible to tell them, hey, Santa got you these gifts, because then they're gonna grow up and then one day some little fuckhead at school, just like they did to me, told me Santa's not real. I go home and tell my mom Santa's not real, because not that she wanted to share that information with me, some little douche did.
So that's what I'm saying. So what you're saying is in agreement with what I was saying at first. So you would like to tell them the truth so that they understand what they're getting into versus having their bubble popped in fucking college when they think they can just be however, and somebody tells them that, oh, no, we view you like this, and hurts their self-esteem.
Absolutely. I agree that you should start off, but I also understand why it's fun. Santa was awesome to me. I told the story before, but I even lied to my mom.
Santa was awesome.
I lied.
Santa was scary.
No. I mean, I don't think even as a kid, the little babies that cry when they're on Santa's lap. Yeah. I don't think I cried at all. I was always taught that Christmas is a great time, and so one time I even lied to my mom just because I thought it'd be cool. Say I stayed up and I saw Santa placing the gifts under the tree. Did I? Never.
The kids probably, The kids always.
But I said that for what reason?
Just because you wanted to.
I wanted to tell mom that I saw Santa. Like, what was the? You wanted
to feel special.
As, yeah, but what does that do for me?
You're a little
and
kid
now I'm mad because I have that memory.
You're mad?
I'm mad because I have that memory. It makes no absolute sense.
I lied about this shit.
But all right, we're gonna get to a little opening song real quick. You know how we always do new shit with new music. We got man, you know what? I put Winners over, man. I love the songs. Murder Beats did the beat. Hurricane Wisdom, never heard of them. Ain't no A Boogie's on there. We'll be right back.
Murder on the beat, so it's not nice.
Money call, baby, just don't call. I get plenty more. That don't mean that I want you to leave.
Love a song. Murder Beats always got a great beat. I tell you what, A Boogie, he hits and miss, but that was a hit right there. And I don't know who that new guy is, but I'll give him a shout out real quick. What's his name? Hurricane Wisdom. I ain't heard a Hurricane guy come out since Hurricane Chris got caught up. But real quick, I want to give y'all a little reasoning while we're here. So I want to give a thanks.
I was going to say, damn.
What?
You took a second to get to it. Go ahead.
I want to say thanks to Blvck Diamond Collective.
Oh, yeah.
They're some friends of mine from high school. High school was a long time ago, so as years gone, they've progressed higher and higher and higher. I'm so proud of everything that they've done. Ton of stories about them, but they got Blvck Diamond Collective out here in San Antonio, Texas. If you want to check out their shop, clothing, recreational fun, barbecues, and
recreational fun.
And like they do a lot with the city, and they do a lot more than I wanted to, or than I did in the past.
That I wanted to is crazy, bro. Yeah, he a shiesty ass. He a fucking asshole. He don't want to do shit for his community.
They accept people a lot more than I do. So I'm just thankful for them accepting me and my boy C, so we can get this rocking and rolling like we used to.
I think they like me better than him. They fuck with me better than him.
Probably so. Thank you again to Jay's Exotic. If you ever see Jay's Exotic out there, just know you're smoking on some good. We had something pop up, you know me and my takes. There's a dispute that happened without us recording our episodes. It was a dispute between top dogs. In my opinion, I think it's the greatest, most influential rap battle of all time.
Okay.
It broke barriers people thought that could never be broken with Pac and Biggie. It did things that Ja Rule and 50 didn't do, which means they weren't violent at all. They're just a bunch of talk like today's age. But it did do things that no one saw coming. 20 minutes after a release, a diss track release, there was already another one. And it was diabolical. The whole thing was diabolical.
Didn't Drake do that to Meek Mill? Like drop literally back to back?
No, he said I gave you 4 days and you ain't do nothing. So 4 days. This was 20 minutes. I was in the middle of jamming Family Matters when Rico texted me Kendrick dropped. And I was like, yo, I can't even enjoy this great song. It was a great song. 3 verses. It was like a 5-minute song.
Like it's just like a whole propaganda fucking.
I just don't. I don't know with them two. Not with them two.
Huh?
To keep you off of like.
No. I'm talking about like to hype them both up. Like that's a 50 Cent tactic kind of shit.
So that's where I'm getting to, because I mean the battle happened last year, Super Bowl happened, but what I'm getting to is the latter of it all. So in the latter, Drake started suing UMG because they're saying that they're promoting this song about him being something that he's not. His own label is doing this to him. Yeah, sure, they probably gave him free bot streams, everything to make him more hits than the Beatles, more number ones than Mike Jack, right? They did that for him. But then he started coming back and said, I am so powerful, I don't need y'all. I'm doing this and this and this. The reason why he's streaming, the reason why he's doing tours back to back to back, the reason why he's dropping albums, because he's trying to get out of the $500 million deal that he had with UMG. And now that he's trying to get out of it and he's almost there, UMG's about to lose their cash cow. So Drake's like, y'all are going against me now because y'all about to lose me.
Yeah.
But he had the chance to go independent before and he fucked that off. Instead of he wanted to get them, he wanted to go for that big contract with them.
Come on. 400 to 500, maybe 600 million in your face. You gonna say no? They do everything for you?
But look what's going on with him now. Does that cost
and that's why the music hasn't been great?
Does that cost the ruining of your career? Like
ruining?
Bro, they calling you a pedophile in a song
Nokia
that is
still number one. Nokia just went number one. It's not ruining his career.
It could be number one with bots. It could be number one with people outside of this country. But within the culture of hip hop, that's what he's viewed as.
Yeah.
As long as that shit is popular, he's gonna be as that.
Okay, so if Drake's the number one, go ahead.
We were just kind of having this talk like in the shop yesterday. I was like, how far or how much can a musician or actress get away with and you can look past? Because, not to bring up Michael Jackson, but nobody stopped streaming him.
No, okay.
Oh, yeah, never.
Then we can get to R. Kelly.
Yeah.
A million people stopped streaming.
There's a bunch of cases.
A million people stopped streaming him.
Still had a career after they were alleged or accused or
Okay. This is so much further though. Like the Mike Jack is the same spot that Drake's in.
Yeah.
Nobody's had more number ones than who? Mike Jack, and that person just happened to top him. Drake. So these two number one people, the industry knows they're about to lose, and they could go independent and make all this money without the industry. And the reason why all these other rappers that are going to sign to UMG are because Drake and Taylor Swift can keep it afloat. And Kendrick Lamar can keep it afloat. But if you lose Drake, these rappers better step up, and then maybe people could be artists again because rappers suck. But yes, Drake's not been accused of nothing other than on a rap. Mike Jack had court.
Yeah, exactly.
So Drake has just been accused on a rap. So that's totally different from this stage. So where I'm getting at though is Drake sued UMG, his label.
Yeah.
They did a counter, and everything they said was sassy as fuck. I don't know if y'all read it. It was sassy as fuck. They were like, well, we did this for him, and just because he got beat in a battle rap, UMG is putting this in the wording, just because he got beat in a battle rap, Then he's acting like this, and I was like, that's crazy. So then UMG realized that they're wrong, and they wanted to settle for 250 M's. Basically, half the contract that he signed with them. Recent facts just came out because of the lawsuit that UMG got Kendrick Lamar on the Super Bowl. It wasn't Kendrick Lamar. It wasn't the NFL. UMG, it shows that they paid for fake streams. They paid to be on playlists. They paid for radio plays. They paid for promo, media bias. The people that do interviews like me, they could have paid me and I could have done a whole different thing. Articles, Grammys, and they paid for him to be on the Super Bowl. The artist doesn't even get paid to be on to perform.
Is that their artist?
Yes, UMG, that is their artist.
I've been behind the scenes of shit so long that doesn't even surprise me because you can buy your cover of Forbes list.
Well, correct.
And the fact that you're
buy
making
your way
it
into
about
anything, really. It's just
you making it seem like it's a negative. This if it can be done for Drake,
you just have to be able to afford it. That's the problem. Is most independent artists can't afford it, and when you go behind a label, they can afford it, and yeah, it might be frowned upon because you're kind of like buying your way to the top. But that's really the name of the game. Why you can? Why
can Chris Brown not perform at the Super Bowl?
Because of the charges?
He hits chicks.
What came out during the rap beef about Kendrick Lamar? He beat his wife. Not only did it come out in that, Kendrick Lamar admitted to it on his track. But guess what? The only thing they're caring about that came out during the rap beef, Drake, you're a pedophile. That's bad things. But Chris Brown can't perform at the Super Bowl because he hit Rihanna. But Kendrick Lamar can perform at the Super Bowl because he hit his wife.
Was there a court case?
All I'm saying is make it make sense.
Was there a court case?
Rihanna's also not Kendrick Lamar's wife.
Was there a court
Rihanna's fucking a multi-billionaire.
Was there a court case?
And the charges was dropped. So what's up?
Was there a court case with Rihanna?
Who hit who first?
Was there a court
anyway,
case? I'm just saying.
I just wanted to bring that up.
There's a court
UMG's fighting back. UMG is losing right now, and it's their own fault.
So what happens if they lose?
And they paid Drake a lot of money on top of already paying him money, and Drake gets free of his contract.
Drake's gonna win.
And guess what? He's already about to drop a summer album. He talked about on Aiden Ross. But why is he streaming so much? Why is he doing all of this stuff to stay relevant if he's
Think about it. How long?
Top dog.
How long has he been in the game?
15 years.
15 almost plus, maybe?
18 years, I believe.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, he's got to stay relevant. Like, think about it, like, in his shoes. Like,
why does he got to stay relevant after 18 years?
He's an old man.
50 moved on to movies. Ja Rule moved on to other.
But look, Drake
Chameleonaire left immediately.
I don't think Drake has anything else besides music right. Well, he has, like, his.
He don't got no wife.
He got his clothing line that's, like, supported by only his rap. He has no other
Toronto ambassador.
I can't say for a fact that
he's selling candles.
But other people have businesses they've established. Rick Ross doesn't have to rap because he's got, 45 guys.
Rick Ross doesn't have as much money as Drake, though. Drake got so much money and still wants more. He wants to be better than Jay-Z.
He shouldn't be.
Jay-Z gets a bunch of money because of Beyonce.
He should have retired. But
wait. So going back to what
Jay-Z
you said
still made
about
music?
like this being a media play, why would Drake be? Why would he agree to this? Just to be able to get out of his contract? This is the only way I can get out of my contract is if y'all kind of humiliate me in this sense. That we have this whole battle and y'all give me half.
People do it all the time. Look at all these Jake Paul fights. All humiliating.
This is humiliating like a loss versus like humiliating.
Jake Paul fights are different.
You saying, "Oh, you a pedophile"? That's a different thing. Like
the pedophile is one thing, but that's the only thing people are holding on to. Not once do they say that
was a major part of 2 songs.
Not once do they say that. I don't really hear people talk about So Drake hasn't dropped anything since the Party album, right? And before that, a long time, other than the rap battles. But guess what happened during that? Kendrick was the largest streamer, right? And then Drake is, after a couple weeks, Drake's the largest streamer. But Kendrick's getting Grammys and Grammys and Grammys. He has so many Grammys. He's like 21, 17, something like that. He has a ton of Grammys. Yeah. But when he goes out for the music stuff, he goes right back into his cave.
Okay.
So Drake does all this, and like we said, if I'm gone, who's going to do this for y'all? Are y'all going to rely on Kendrick? Because I remember people back then when we were in high school saying, Kendrick is an underground rapper. If he ever goes mainstream, I'm never going to listen to him.
Yeah.
And now he's mainstream, and everybody sucks his dick even more than they did back then.
Yeah.
Because they feel like going mainstream is not
I guess
just
who brought
literally
him
going
to be mainstream?
It's you acting a certain way once you're
Take
mainstream.
Care
like Drake.
Tour. Drake brought
what did
Rocky
Drake sound like
and
when
Kendrick.
he suddenly became mainstream? He stopped doing he was doing conscious rap almost like Common when he began. The fucking comeback season.
I feel like Drake kind of. I mean, I like Kendrick. Kendrick stayed pretty authentic through the whole.
And Drake's
Drake
music
is
sucks
transitioning
now.
to
I'm not gonna
Drake's
lie.
music sucks. I don't
Drake's
like-
music
I
sucks
haven't been
now,
a fan
and I'm
of
the
Drake.
biggest fan. And his music sucks.
It used to be
You're
good.
a fan
like
of
in
his
high
business.
School. It was cool.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
First came out. You know.
He even just said the other day that nothing was the same. It's probably his best work. And that's how many years ago?
This goes. It's
But that's what I'm saying. At what level of humiliation are you willing to accept for staying relevant? And now he's probably still got attention, and I don't know.
He famous. He
It-
can't
it
really
all
work
depends-
nowhere else other than acting.
Yeah.
To wrap it up, it all depends on how you bounce back.
Yeah.
Because what do you do after the pusher? He embraced his son, and now everybody loves his son, and everybody loves Drake again, right?
Yeah.
So after he got slapped in the fucking face, exposed, because he was about to sign with Adidas, that's why his son name is his son, Adonis, because he was making a play on it, and then he said, no, Adidas, I'm going with Nike, but I named my fucking son after this whole execution that got exposed. So that's a mental thing right there. Like I just broke down my mental because somebody exposed me, and now and who was it? Kanye that I
that's
just wrote
funny.
30 for 34, and then he's bounced back and he's okay. Yeah, I think he's still broken from that, absolutely. But now we got slapped in the face by Kendrick. But people are still, I don't know, like he's going through, like he's streaming with Aiden Ross. Who the fuck is Aiden Ross? I know he's big, but
So
I
you
don't
know-
even watch him. Like I don't even know about him more than I know about Kai Cenat or something.
They're on the same. It's the same.
But why go with Aiden? This is multiple. And now apparently he's streaming with Kick. Why
'Cause
is Drake
Aiden-
streaming with Kick?
Wait,
You don't
'cause
need that money.
Aiden is good friends with 21 Savage, who's good friends with.
Well, Drake's is good friend with
they are
21
great
Savage.
friends with
Relax,
21
relax.
But I'm saying, like, they're good friends, so that's probably why he went on that one versus Kai Cenat. Kai Cenat's not friends with.
Yeah, but I get it.
anybody he's
I
friends
understand
with.
what you're saying. Like Drake's, you're famous enough to where you shouldn't have to do that.
Bro, your house is called an embassy. You don't need
Isn't
these
he
people.
like
He kind of do.
what is
He
that?
wants to get
What's he
younger and
considered
younger.
in Canada. He's
It's like some
considered-
Benjamin Button.
He's like untouchable in Canada. Like
Oh,
he's,
no, like he can literally tell people, immigration, like, hey, let them through. He
Yeah.
literally has that type of power. It's weird.
what's
It's
it
weird.
called? A fucking,
Let them in.
Not ambassador. Ambassador's weak. I don't know what it's called, though.
Nah, bro. It's something like diplomatic something where like can't like.
Oh, he got
be
diplomatic
touched and-
immunity?
Yeah,
That's
Drake.
Hey,
do?
you.
No way. He got that.
Diplomatic immunity is a song he made, so probably he made
No,
that
bro,
song.
no,
Diplomatic
in Canada,
immunity.
in Canada. I swear to God.
So this
So,
the
You can
He
look
probably
it up.
does.
There he got
He's
it or
considered
here?
a diplomat in Canada. Like he's the man in Canada.
Wait, in Canada, he's
Canada,
considered a diplomat, or is he a diplomat from Canada here? So he could do whatever the fuck he want here.
I
If
don't
he
know
could do
how that
that.
works.
Y'all
about to say, he
grasping.
can do
Y'all
that here. That's
grasping.
great.
Y'all got phones right in front of y'all.
Hey, no, all right. Hey,
Nonetheless,
move
bro.
on.
What do we have moving on? See, we wrapped that. We did our
We
thing on that
did
one.
wrap it up.
We did. No, I know. Next, I'm
Oh,
talking about new shit like Black Mirror. You want to talk about
I mean,
what the fuck is organic
Did
chicken?
you watch Black Mirror?
Yeah.
Oh, you watched the first episode? Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect. Let's go.
we
Let's get
on
right
it.
into it.
Black Mirror came right back after 2.5 years, right?
All right, back.
Now it's been like 2.5 years since the last season came out. Black Mirror is always a sci-fi horror show that we like to see, but to be honest, nowadays a lot of shit is going on to where you don't really need Black Mirror to be out to get that sort of entertainment.
Yeah.
But Black Mirror comes back strong with a whole hour-and-a-half episode, kind of a sequel off of the USS Callisto, whatever it's called, from the first season.
Hey,
From last season.
don't bring up another season.
Well,
What's
I'm saying
the
it's a
episode
sequel.
about?
It's a sequel of that. That's the reason. That's the reason that I mentioned it, because it's a sequel from the last season.
You know,
So season 4, the first season. You said
No,
the first
my
season.
bad. The last season, the most recent season.
Okay.
Before that, it was
In
like
my opinion, I didn't watch the last season or pay attention to because I thought it sucked. So
So how did you?
I have no memory
I
from
thought
it.
some Black Mirror sucked, but then some of them were pretty good because you can like relate to it. Like that one where that bitch goes crazy, trying to like stay popular or like keep her rating.
or the
But that goes relatable to. In my head, I was like, damn, that's what a credit score is.
Oh, shit.
Oh, absolutely.
On God.
No,
Yeah,
or the one where the governor had to fuck the pig, right?
Huh?
That's
Oh
not
yeah,
relatable?
the first
There's that
episode.
one
My
where
bad,
those guys
my
played
bad.
the video game and
fuck
then
down.
ended up like.
Nah. See, I don't like that one.
That shit got weird.
But I like the
other video-
memory one.
the other
where you
video
put your
game
memory,
was-
you can
Oh, yeah.
reverse.
No, the other video game one was crazy, where he didn't know he was in the video game or whether he was out,
Oh.
and he'll like
At the mansion?
do something, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, you were actually in this game for a minute," but it felt like it was 5 hours for him.
Oh, and the
then
guy that, like he gets a call from his mom and dies.
No, he got. Oh yeah,
At the end?
he got a call
Oh,
from
at
his mom
the
because he
end.
turned his fucking phone on. All right, yeah, okay. We
All right, yeah. Anyway, new season.
New season. So they pick back up where the original creator of this simulated universe, right? He was from like a tech company. He created a universe. It was a video game. So he ended up creating this universe, and he styled it after like this fucking Star Trek sort of universe, right? But he turned crazy, tried to get everybody to do whatever he wanted, abusing people, whatever. So they trapped him. Now in the new episode, this is just following the people that were clones of people he worked with that are now existing in this fucking computer space. Like
Oh, that's crazy as fuck.
this is
No.
it's,
No.
Yeah.
No, that's not the episode.
that is the exact episode.
The episode is where they got to pay to live.
You watched them backwards, guy.
No, episode.
The first episode is the sequel with the fucking outer space. Like
What did
Star
you
Trek.
see? You saw that one or the pay to live?
I don't remember.
We're not
Okay.
gonna do this. If you
We're
can't
not going to
remember
do
which
this.
one.
Okay.
Look, have y'all seen Severance?
Hey, I watched Severance.
I
caught up,
watched
though.
a few episodes of the first season.
You didn't like it?
I watched a little bit of the new season.
That shit's weird.
Boom. I know one we could talk about.
What's up?
Paradise.
I didn't see that.
Y'all
I
crazy.
ain't go that hard on Paradise. Paradise cool, but I ain't go that hard on
All right. If we're going to start this back up, we need to discuss with our people shows and stuff. Paradise was fire. It's about the world coming to an end, so they built an underground city, and that city either thrived or didn't. People want to know if people lived outside. It was interesting.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Let's get back to some topics.
Let's go.
Because obviously we ain't all on board.
I thought you watched them in reverse. When I first started Black Mirror, the first season, it was reverse.
bro. You on Netflix?
But this
it
one,
goes
all
up
I
like
did
this.
was push play.
On
And
Netflix,
it took
goes
me.
up.
I didn't go to the first season one. I pushed play.
Trip, bro.
So you
on
tripping,
that.
bro.
You tripped on that.
You going backwards.
You tripped on that.
But it doesn't matter if you do watch Black Mirror. You can jump in wherever. It is going to line up with absolutely nothing because it's a new episode every single one. Basketball playoffs are intact. Or any of y'all watching? Nice. If y'all want to bet on Prize Picks, use my code. I'm just kidding. I don't
But say, hey, go ahead
have a
and get that
sponsorship. We could have tariffs or preaching
Let's
pastors.
get on these preaching pastors real quick.
All right. One, I will start off by saying I am not a churchgoer. I do not believe in what religion has built people to be accustomed to in this new age of church. And so if I do believe in a higher power, it is in my own mind and at my own peace.
At my own peace.
Do y'all go to church?
No.
I don't physically go, but we watch church.
So you watch, and does that do anything for you on the visual? I never thought
I
that
feel like
you could make breakfast and go to church.
I feel like I was against organized churches and religion in general until I found this recent church because they're all about giving back instead of asking for. And that was the biggest focus under a lot of churches, especially like these big churches. Like they're asking for, hey, our tithing is half the message. This is talking about how much you should give and be thankful for this. And then, yeah, we all know that. But this church, what really changed my vision on them was during Christmas and holiday times, they passed out a basket with $10,000 to the church every service. And they said, if you need and you can't, like you're suffering during these times, like this is what we're here for.
Come on
So
now.
they were blessing people like that. So
Yeah, that's throwing you off, ain't it, bro?
that's the kind
throwing
of
you
church
off.
that I want to go to.
So-
That's the kind of whether that was a religion or whether that was a church or even if that was just like a fucking
community.
men's group. Like I'd want to be a part of an organization that's doing that kind of shit for the community and for the people that support them ultimately. You know what I
And
mean?
to be 1,000,
even if
I
it's
like
a rapper
that.
doing it. Like I want to be behind that because I fuck with that.
No, I like that. I like that because that's my whole thing too. Like I feel like church is like a scheme to try to get money. To
A lot of
play on
them
your
are,
emotions.
yeah, and it's sad to say.
But if you're coming together with somebody in the community, and they just happen to be preaching about love and coming
And-
together, like
And if you watch Pastor Ed, like he's one of these pastors that's not scared to like talk about topics that other pastors will stay away from, like transgenderism, smoking weed, fucking
reality, basically.
real life. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And
real
like he
shit.
comes and brings these topics up, and he's like, I know I'm making people uncomfortable, but that's not what I'm just preaching the word, and this is what it says, and he stands behind it, but in the most professional like way that I could ever relate to. So that's where I started changing my mind. But I've studied Buddhism, I've studied Feng Shui, I've done I've done my research in all kinds of religions, and it all comes back to one thing. And like you said, like you are your own Jesus Christ in a way. You know what I mean? I believe a lot of times, like when you pray,
I'm not saying help and understanding is wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not Mr. Know-It-All, I'm Mr. Mo-It-All. You know what I mean?
Mr. Mo-It-All.
But I feel like sometimes, like a lot of times, I was telling someone the other day, when you pray, I feel like sometimes a lot of that is like you just saying stuff out loud to forgive yourself. It's not necessarily you talking to God. It's like
Absolutely.
that's what I'm saying. You could change yourself with just your own words or mentality or mindset. So
That's what I'm saying.
when you're saying you could be that you are your own peace and your own God, and or like unit, you're absolutely right. But it's that belief in something that you have to have a basis of something.
He's saying some real
No,
shit.
not
'cause
the base belief. Like I said, I
no,
mean,
he's saying some
whether or
real
not be
shit.
at that.
Because you grew up Catholic, correct?
No,
Not
so
at all?
He grew up like
so
Christian.
real quick,
Christian?
my
wasn't religious
I know. So
Oh,
real
yeah.
quick, my question on do y'all go to church was a yes or no. So I appreciate the explanation. I get to see different things, and I respect that because another point of what you said, they give, and he said, "Yeah, I want to be a part of that too." I don't know anywhere in the Bible. I don't know anywhere in religion when people are trying to survive and understand why I'm here on this fucking planet. Does it say make sure you give 10% of your wealth to? No.
tithes, pay
Is somebody
tithes.
trying to preach to me the word of God, or does somebody want my fucking money like the cashier at Walmart checking me out, make sure I get my goods?
No, I get you.
No, I get the sense of like tip, like he don't have a
when
job
they're
and he's
trying to
doing
give
this.
money, I understand that because God is always trying to give, right? But what is the point?
But maybe back in the day when these people that were the clergy were preaching, they didn't have any other job, so they didn't make money. They just preached the word. So this is people. Oh, they're giving money to this person in this church to help keep the spirit of the community up.
Sounds like the
So I
guy in
understand
Vegas
that.
dressing up thinking he's the Hulk.
What?
Hey, I'm making money, and
But
you want to
it's
take a picture of the
something that
Hulk?
everybody- they
okay.
Give me
believed
20
in that.
bucks.
So they needed that.
But
as
Oh, I'm going to
doctors.
teach
They
you a
had-
random word that you'd never heard of.
They looked at
Give
them
me
like
20
they're
bucks.
doctors.
That's like us giving Jehovah's Witnesses 20 bucks when they knock on our door. Oh, I'm trying to preach. Oh,
give
so
them
I'm supposed to
$20
pay
to go
you?
away?
No, all they're trying to do is tell us the word. They're not asking for us for money, right?
So what if they say
They're
we'll
saying,
come
can I
back?
teach you?
What if they say we'll come back every day and ring the doorbell at an inconvenient time unless you give us $20 right now?
They didn't, though.
What if they said
That's
that?
not of
What if
religion.
they said that?
Money
What if
money
they
was
said
not a
that?
thing when God and Jesus and Mary and Joseph were a thing. And why are they all white names? Don't get me started, bro. Don't get me started.
I mean, there was no J's back then.
What
We're
is
not gonna-
organic?
We're not gonna go that.
Okay,
far.
so
Like,
anyway, the story was old boy's asking a famous pastor. Do you know his name?
I don't know.
Something. He's got a famous name. I don't really pay attention though. But he said, "Ushers, please close the door.
Please close the door.
Nobody is
Crazy.
leaving here until I get $40,000. There's 1,000 people in here. There's 1,000 people watching online. I need $20 from everybody." So he's saying y'all can't leave until I.
Get $40,000.
So are y'all in church to offer money, or are y'all in church to pay a subscription to the word?
No, you're not paying a subscription. You are held hostage at that point.
Yeah.
And he said, you know what his
sounds
apology
illegal,
was?
for
His
sure.
apology was, I didn't tell them to lock the doors.
Yeah.
You said close the doors? Oh, he did say close the
That's
doors.
his apology.
He did say close
I
the
didn't
doors.
hold them hostage.
But that's like the pastor that was like in all Gucci and like
And
had like
got
big old chains
robbed
and got
on-
Well, I'm
robbed.
about to say that's the
On
dude that
live
I like.
stream.
No, it's a different guy.
I'm about to say,
But
this
it's
nigga,
like
they
it
should learn.
goes back to everything. Like you can't.
That's
judge,
not religion in my opinion,
You
man.
can't. But you can't judge.
perverted.
Like you can't judge one actor based on one shitty actor's performance. You know what I mean? So those are just people that are manipulating.
Bro, Houston,
using
it happens
that
all
kind
the
of shit.
time,
Right,
though.
the
Houston,
perverted
what's
word.
old boy's name in Houston?
Joel Osteen.
Joel Osteen. What do you do? What do you do when the hurricane happened?
Yeah, he closed his church
Locked
down
his
anyway,
doors.
yeah.
So it's not just one incident. It's not one bad apple.
No, there's a bunch.
The
There's a
richer
bunch,
they
for
are,
sure.
the worse they are. Why is the pastor pulling up in a Rolls Royce while grandma pulling up in a 97 Honda Civic?
No, I understand. that.
Giving
I
20
get that.
bucks. Giving
I get
20
that.
bucks to the Rolls Royce owner.
No, I get that. But
Come
they-
on,
they-
bro.
those
That
pastors
ain't
get
what
exposed.
God want. That ain't what Buddha want. That ain't what
I mean, but
Allah
they get
want.
exposed, but it's late. Like your grandma already fucking with him. Your grandma already believing that this nigga's the word, the truth, and it's too late. You can't tell her nothing different because she
that's
thinking it's coming from somebody else. Like
But that's the difference. I think that's not even religion at that point. That's like a cult.
Oh yeah.
disguised as a religion.
Yeah.
And where
people
they're
just
looking at
need
the pastor more
people.
than they think about
The norms out there
when you
need
have a
something
church,
to
I think
believe in.
you walk like a very gray line. Whether you're like true to the word or you're not true to the word. There's no fucking in between. You can either for the people and you're doing it and you don't care if you ever have a car or if you have to take the bus to be a pastor. And there's some people that do it to drive a Rolls Royce. You know what I mean? It's the same in every industry though, I feel like.
Yep. Drake and Kendrick, we right back to it. We got the Drakes that want the Rolls Royces. And we got the Kendricks that's doing it for the love of the game because that's what motherfuckers in hip hop need.
Okay,
I'm just saying.
Currency turns down deals all the time.
Oh yeah, shout out.
Because he's cool with making $300,000 a year, working on his cars in his auto garage.
Oh, that nigga gets to do whatever the fuck he want. Yeah. He don't fuck with Currency for real like that, but he gets to do whatever the fuck he want to do. He don't fuck with him.
I don't know why so many Valley people love Currency, bro. When I was in the Valley, I was the only one that didn't like it.
Because Currency a real nigga. Like, if you
can't
watch this
catch a beat
day-to-day
to save
shit,
his
watch
life,
this
bro.
nigga in his classic-ass car
Day-to-day is not
collection,
him. Day-to-day is Wiz.
No, he called it something else then. He had this shit with STB Customs and some shit.
He's a pretty cool
Nah, I know. He's got a show. He likes his cars.
He doesn't talk about killing, gang banging, nothing like that.
And
Cars,
guess what?
Smoking money and weed. That's it.
Guess what?
He bought a house of blues, too.
I guarantee you right now, if he wanted that fame, he ain't getting those calls. He knows himself. He's seen the mirror.
I think he got him.
He's seen the mirror.
He was with Cash Money at first.
J.R. Woods
He didn't
ain't
want to
getting
make
no
the
deal.
music like they was telling him. They said, you need to make more nigga type
No.
music. You need to fucking rap about kill. And he didn't want to continue to do that.
Right,
Wayne
okay,
and them
yeah.
rapped about
and
whatever.
he
the fuck.
dipped out and did his own thing. I respect Currency. Okay, why are we on Currency?
Well,
I respect
we got to be on
Currency.
real nigga shit, bro. Come on now.
No, but I understand what you're saying. I'm trying to move past the preacher and shit like that.
All right.
But I understand what you're saying. Like a motherfucker, like I said back in the day, they're preaching word. Yeah. Bro, they used to come to like an outside with a cross, like say, hey, come sit down at the benches. God is trying to talk to you. And now, old boy's in a purple Gucci suit saying, oh, I need money. I feel it in me. The power's in me.
You riding the line,
I need money. Like, come on, bro. It's pissing me off.
You riding the
Yeah,
line,
yeah. There's a lot like that.
you on the line. Southern Baptist, that was crazy.
All right. How did we create numbers? I need.
As humans?
Come on, give me a topic.
It
or
was
something.
actually the Egyptians or the aliens. It was either one of them two.
I feel it started from our fingers. 1, 2, like.
Fuck no.
Because look, you count 5 and 5 is 10. And everything in life goes by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40. You can go multiply by 10 and that's how you get billion, trillion, everything. Because you just go over and over. So was it our hands that counted, that started numbers?
That
I don't know. What started numbers?
But that's what's
not
crazy.
the language, the
Like,
number.
like hands, like all that. Like it could have been heads. Like you're 8 heads tall, or what is it set? Like if you measure your head, you're exactly 8 of your heads tall. Like some weird shit like that.
Well, like the
Everything's
measurement?
symmetrical. Everything in life
I do
is
got
symmetrical,
big.
or like I don't know. Fuck, I wonder how people.
Same thing,
thought
12
about
hours.
words.
60 minutes.
Who made up all these words?
60 minutes in an hour, 60 seconds in a minute. Why is there not 60 hours in a day? Where the fuck's 24?
Because of where the fuck we live at. The numbers wouldn't add up. They'd have to make a different
60
set of
hours
numbers.
in a 5-hour work week. Wait, no, 60 hours in a 12-hour work week. Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You be working overtime. That's why, bro.
Yeah,
I'm black.
I'm running these.
Come on, man. Come on. But okay, so y'all don't think our hands and our feet with the 5 and 5 that came about started numbers?
Are you saying
word? How'd they get the
Okay,
word?
right. The language is different because numbers are uno,
They're like,
itchy, one.
So numbers didn't come before the numbers or words come.
So this is what started numbers, right?
So numbers or words.
Like, you know what I mean? Like
Nah,
all
I think
four.
it was words first. It was
No,
words
words
came
were
first. And
no.
then they
Cavemen
decided,
came
okay,
first.
Communicate.
That's not a word
That's
though.
how they talk.
Yeah, bro.
You knew?
I was there. I was
Look at
there.
the beard, man. Look at the beard. He on a cave thing, bro.
I was there, bro.
Nah, for real. Like, that's like the
'Cause we have the same
kind of fucking thing.
That's great, bro. And nobody can answer.
But no, okay. So you saying like the reason we picked the number 10 is because we have 10 fingers. That's how we pick to decide how many numbers we go
Also
until we
the same
restart.
amount
But then why is
So
it
it's
not 10
equivalent.
months?
Why don't we pick 20?
There's supposed to be 10 months, and we
supposed to be
added
10
2.
months, right?
That's why
Yeah.
DECA is 10, but it's number 12.
Yeah.
Nove is Nueve 9. And see?
Because people
motherfuckers out here want to make up holidays and shit.
It's because they added in 2 months. It was
February, right? That's what we added
It
in?
was February and it was.
Why they added February?
February and January, I think they added in.
Because that was Black History Month.
Hey, I said it. You made it.
It was way.
How come we don't have? Do we have Mexican History Month?
You got Cinco de Mayo and Day of the Dead.
We're not Mexican. It's like Mexican.
Hey, look, we got St. Patrick's Day. That's all we got.
Patrick's Day.
I think it's like July.
There's not a man month. There's Women's Health Month.
Man month.
March. Women's Health
Is there
Month.
testicular cancer month?
There's a month for everything. It probably is.
heard of it.
It
Probably a day.
I never heard of it.
There's a Nike Air Force Day. So, yeah, there's a day for everything.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Nike Air Force Day.
It's National Pancake Day.
Hey,
That actually just happened like a month ago. Anyway, bro, listen, what do y'all have to talk about?
man, bring these tariffs up, man.
All right.
Maybe he got some opinions on.
Actually, I didn't want to be the one to bring the tariffs up because I'm actually on the fence.
What do you mean?
Well, okay, so all Nike shoes, everything comes from China.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we're opening up on
Everything you
TikTok.
got
I'm
on.
pretty sure y'all saw it. TikTok has the Chinese warehouse workers exposing everything. All your Hermes bags that say made in Italy, we make them. We send them over there. They put "Made in Italy" tag on it and their logo.
Yeah,
the only
they've
thing
been- but
China
everyone's
doesn't
been
do is the
knowing
logo.
that.
Yeah.
Right, but now they're exposing it because they're saying we don't give a fuck, and we're gonna help you get it. If
Bro,
you
I've
don't
had-
want the logo,
Come
we'll send it to
directly
you
to us.
right now.
I've heard people tell me that the Galleria Mall buys their fake replica merchandise off of them.
Oh, yeah.
At the Galleria Mall, all these
crazy.
streetwears.
Why do you
Chrome
say
Hearts, denim
fake?
hearts.
You see how you said fake?
Not fake.
They're
Okay.
saying it's the real deal, and they just ship it to Italy, and then it gets shipped from Italy.
Not fake. Unauthenticated, I guess, because they didn't go through the
process.
the middleman's hands to get to them.
And that's crazy, right?
And
The
that's the
authentication is the middleman.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Basically, like if you buy it from my source, it's not real, but it's real. But if it didn't come from me, it's not real.
Right?
That's crazy as hell.
That's
don't like
basically the game. I think Temu and fucking Alibaba fucked it up for everybody. Now everybody has access to everything. Yeah, that's why you see all these micro clothing lines coming out. All these entrepreneurs think that they could just like.
And we live in a
pop
business.
up.
We live in a free enterprise country, so that's why. There's no problem with that, right?
But tariffs are going to affect all that.
If
So
we
what do you mean
continue
you're
to
on
go
the?
in there.
What do you mean you're on the fence? What is your
So
four
my
tariffs?
thing is like, okay,
We should have American-made products.
China is fighting back because why China? We get all of our shit from there.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why they're fighting back. Is like,
we fund their whole fucking
motherfucker,
country.
You know what you order from us.
But-
The other countries 90 other countries have already said, yeah, we're going to build in America. So not only they're going to come and bring their business or shit is working, but it's
you
also
wanna-
not. It's not.
Do you, with American work ethic now,
No,
do you
exactly.
want
Maybe I'm
Americans
tripping.
assembling your
That's-
shit?
No, not only that. Not only that. Do you not know what our
right.
minimum wages? Even our minimum wage is like 7 times theirs.
I'm about to say they gonna get
So
way less.
They need to send them
$7 for
motherfuckers
anybody
over
to
here,
make
they're
a
gonna work
purse.
twice as hard. They need to send them over
$7
there.
for Detroit to make a
That's what Trump
car.
mad at. He mad at that.
No, but he just wants jobs here. But it's like, do you not know how much it's gonna? You're gonna make more jobs, but
It's gonna cost
the lower class
Okay.
is not gonna be able to afford
So-
anything.
so
you're eliminating the lower class,
Yeah.
and that's his goal.
Yeah.
And that's not a bad goal from a rich man.
That's the thing. If somebody loses all
But
their
to
money,
a
it's far
Democrat,
jump for you to
liberal
get back
person,
and catch up.
So we're basically turning into China. Either you're rich or poor.
Absolutely. And who's the better country? China right now is number one in everything. You know they got cars
because
that
they have to be.
that don't bump when you go over a speed bump. Not one single car in America does that.
Do they have to be?
They've created so much stuff. You see all these streams from these streamers. They go over there to see a phone. Oh my God, your phone does this? They're like, yeah, it's $3,000. It's like, why don't we have that technology? We haven't even asked them to bring it over here. They have so much stuff that we don't. They have so many more people that we don't, but we don't. We're just trying to be a copy.
You know why?
Wait, so you're for tariffs because of that?
No, that's why I'm on the fence, because the tariffs are a reason why everything's gonna be more expensive for
But
America.
Why
do you want tariffs?
You know why people like behave in those countries? Because they'll fucking kill your ass.
Yo, yeah, they murder the fuck out of you.
We're not
They're
gonna
not
be
dealing
that.
drugs.
We're a
Yeah.
You
free
get caught
enterprise.
dealing drugs
We
in the
got
Philippines,
guns
you're
here,
not
and
getting
we
your
don't
head
kill
cut off. You
people.
getting your head cut
Like
off.
we kill people like slightly. Over there, oh, you fucked up? Boom, you're
No,
dead.
it's known.
We don't
It's
do that
known.
here.
It's known that you about to get
but
clapped.
but that's
Here
why.
it's
Like you fucked up? Oh, you might get your lick
but
back
that's
in a
why
couple
China's-
weeks, homie.
But that, in my opinion, that's why China's number one. Because it's like
That's what I said. Number one.
we either got to be number one to be rich, or we got to be lower class and be acceptable. Accept that.
I don't.
You know what I mean? Like there's no in between. So either you have to be the best, or you just have to be okay with Just being there.
Or getting bullied because they know what the fuck America gonna do if they not competing with America. And if America's far past China and far past everybody else is a superpower, they're gonna be doing even worse than what Trump doing right now. They're about to be trying to use
we're
other
lacking
countries
is
and
brain
steal
power.
Ireland and shit.
Bro, we're a business and we're being ran by a business owner.
Yeah.
We're doing the best that America's ever done right now. And
How do you
if we make
mean?
these
How do you
changes
mean that's
right
the
now,
best?
10 years from now, it'll be beneficial.
It'll
Today
be- yeah,
and in the
it'll
next
suffer.
4 years,
We'll suffer.
it's going to be ass.
But that's
Because
that's the thing.
after
They
we
didn't
get
vote
through
for him
the
to do
hump,
that part.
bro, if you start a business right now, it takes 2 years to be profitable. So if Trump makes choices right now, you think all of a sudden it's just going to magic?
I get
fairy dust over here.
profitability. So maybe the issue is not necessarily because it doesn't seem like it's just about making money. It seems like it's about
He's literally bringing factories over here, so
it
we don't have
seems
to
like
buy.
he's doing he's doing some business shit, but then there's a bunch of other things that are appeasing other people that he's doing this for, like getting rid of DEI. That has nothing to do with getting money. Does that? I mean, yes, you can recoup some of the money that people put into some of these companies for DEI sort of information, but getting rid of it's costing you more than you actually having the shit going on.
I think it should just be all based on skill and education. I don't think DEI needs to be necessary. Whoever has the best opportunity,
Understood, but that
whoever's
leads
the best
to,
fit
there's
should be there.
socioeconomic factors.
Not because we
that,
have to.
Oh,
It's
this
not
is what I was
because
telling you
we're
about
told to.
earlier. There's socioeconomic factors that lead to people not being as visible as other people that are in front of these people. So these need to be in place to get it's equity, not equality, bro. You have to make sure that if you shorter, you get a higher stool versus us getting the same size stool. And
Sometimes
you
you
got
got to speak up saying, yo, I need a higher stool.
It's
Because
not
these
about-
stools right here are all the
what you-
same
you
size.
think motherfuckers aren't speaking up.
And
You just
better be
think
heard,
the
though.
motherfuckers with the most money got the biggest megaphone, so that's the point.
I'm saying-
I get what you're saying, and yes,
A bunch of
America
people-
being rich is the point, and that's what we want to be. But you got to start from the bottom and make rich up versus being at the top and being okay. So now that we're at the top, let's just make sure we get all the shit we can that's possible. Versus all right, let's slow down and make sure that they can catch up first, so that we all can be the richest country.
Yeah, it has to be a
because everything
transition.
from here is gonna now be worth a lot more. Our dollar's gonna go
we
up.
don't have the
Our dollar
ports
is
for
How
that.
much is our dollar in
Our dollar's more than the euro right now. But our dollar is more than the euro right now.
that's what I'm about to say. In euro, like I mean, it's always. I mean,
It's a couple cents. But euro was always higher than us for the last like
right.
10 years.
So euro used to be like $1.50 for 1 euro.
Well, 120, relax.
Nah, when I was out there, it was like 1.5. 1.5. Anyways, I mean, shit. If it goes back to the dollar being stronger, I'm with that. I'm for that. But I mean,
I'm just saying, everybody's doing these protests and thinking shit is affecting them right now. I did see a business person saying, hey, I literally order rims, aluminum alloy rims from overseas, and it's hard for me to get them now, so I had to shut down my business. Small businesses, yes, you'll fail, but guess
Farmers
what?
too.
You built that small business, you will build another one. If you're a creator, you're a creator, and it's not your fault. All of this apparently affects everybody else, right?
And
So
this
what are you
is-
going to do
this is not what
whenever
we want.
this fucking... men have to always drive on the left-hand side. Oh, I'm going to complain and drive on the right side until you get fucking hit. Then you're going to just do it because what are you going to do? Fail? You're just going to be in the dirt? Go home?
Are you talking
You're gonna
about
continue to just adjust,
going with the grain?
adapt.
You're talking
no,
about
against the
following
grain is
what
what you
they're
should
talking
do.
about.
But if you don't have enough people, the country thinks that the president is the biggest election when it's actually your local people. And nobody gives a fuck about your local people. Nobody posts about them on Twitter. Nobody talks about them, makes videos,
they
nothing
are
about
now.
that. Only care about Trump. Trump controls so much more than your little ass fucking house with you and your little kids
but
got to
at
deal
the
with.
same time, if
So-
they're all
so if
collectively
all you
voting
guys
somebody
think of the
in that's
wrong-
telling these people what to do, then you're also at fault there. Because they still are a fucking hierarchy underneath him. So if he's saying, "Oh, I'm going over this nigga that's locally
Then
your
vote
head,"
or run.
he's going over that nigga's head.
Then vote or run.
Vote or run. That's a white mentality. Get out of our country, or if you don't like it, that's a
No,
white mentality.
vote the other way. And guess what? If these people voted and Biden or Kamala won, you don't think these people are mad now? It's nobody's ever going to be happy.
Vote or run. What's the
Or
run
run
option?
against them. If you
Oh, run
don't like the
against them. I thought he
politics,
meant like
run
run
for
That's
your own
crazy
politics.
as hell.
See if you got a backing. If nobody's backing you, then you're the only one that's thinking like that. If you got a backing and people believe in you, then okay, boom.
But it's a popularity contest at the end of the day versus what's
absolutely is.
actually
Yeah,
agreed
absolutely.
upon is right. So what if we all, I mean, it's not a way to do this, but what if we're all able to agree, hey, maybe this plan with Trump is right, but maybe it's easier to do this if we can get this part done. That's what fucking Congress is for, or the House of Reps. the little middle part they need to fill in, that's what we elect. And we do elect those people. They do talk about those people. They talk about all these judges and Crockett and shit that's talking shit to, you know what I'm saying? They talk about the House. But at the same time, we can't really do this shit overnight. And he's trying to literally make a whole bunch of changes without fucking worrying about how we got to recoup from those changes, because he gonna be straight, just like on Paradise. They hiding away in the bunker while all the other changes are going on outside.
Say you go to work. They say, hey, you got to be here at 7:30 now. You say, fuck that. It's 8 o'clock for me. You go 2 days in a row. Now you got 2 write-ups. Your third one, you get fired. You going at 7:30 next day or 8 o'clock?
Well,
all right.
Your job is giving you.
You're keeping your job or not?
It depends on how close you are to that job. What if you're working at McDonald's?
And then guess what? You're like those people. You're like those people. Not everybody's a norm. These norms, they'll be there at 7:30. But guess what? I'm not a norm. So I might be there at 8 because I want to do what I want to do.
What if they told you that for a reason?
Here creating.
What if they told you to be there?
Creating and figuring shit out.
What if they told you to be there at 7:30 because you're not the assistant manager? We need you to be there earlier because we need you, that you're responsible. We need you to open up.
Now you got promoted. That's different, bro. That's not the thing I put out there.
There's a bunch of reasons. You
yes, you get promoted. Now you got more pay. I'm gonna be there.
A motherfucker telling you to come in earlier. You about to pay me more.
Yeah. No, you leave earlier. No. You leave 30 minutes earlier.
You didn't say
your
that.
shift is
you
different.
Didn't say that.
No, your shift is different.
You didn't say
and
that.
You're like, no, I come in at 8 because I got to drop off my kid at 7:45. Okay, well then come in at 8.
I have a kid now. Okay, all right, cool. You making up a new
There's a
scenario
bunch of people of the norms that are all of a sudden going to change. They're going to figure dropping the kid off at 7:27 instead of 7:45. They're going to figure that out. You be like, nah, bro, you're not just going to tell me what you do like you're doing right now.
I don't have a kid, bro, so I don't have to deal with that. I'm telling you why that's not a case for me. If I had a kid and his schedule
Justin,
is
what would
set
you do?
and I can't change that.
If the school told you now instead of 7:30 drop off, because you do have a kid.
The school said that?
It's 7:15. Are you going to be like, yo, I have stuff to do at 7:15. That's why 7:30 is drop off. Are you going to just abide? Or are your kids late now?
It'd be like a happy medium.
Because now, not only.
I just being honest. Like,
I mean, I feel
depends
you.
on traffic.
You got to figure it out.
You know what I mean? So even if you leave on time, you can still be late. So
that's their fault for changing the time.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like you just have to. That's part of life, adapting.
Thank you.
And if you can't adapt, you can't survive. And even in business, like just going back to my business, THCA hemp, they're trying to ban this shit like as we speak. And if that gets banned, then guess what? Now this is a podcast studio with 3 different sets. My store is now a merch store. Like I already have a plan and set.
Adaptation.
Like, but it's not gonna stop me, like you said. I'm not gonna go home and cry about it and be like, oh, now I don't have a business. No, I'm gonna move on to another business because, like you also said, if you have one brand, you have 2, you have 3, you have 4 in you, and you could build it all from the ground back up. Mm-hmm. And if you already have a backing in one industry, then you just take it to the next. And whoever follows you. Whoever doesn't. And that's just part of the journey. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that's part of the journey. Mm-hmm. And on that note, man, of course, like I said, we do give a million thanks to Blvck Diamond Collective out here in San Antonio, Texas, and J Exotics, as you see right there. Well, right there. That actually did everything wrong.
I'm about to say that ain't it. I pointed at it.
But that's Jay.
1402 West Hildebrand. Come visit us 7 days a week, 10 to 11, Monday through Thursday, Friday and Saturday, 10 a.m. to midnight.
10 a.m. to midnight, staying open late.
Open late. Don't forget to smoke.
And, of course, this is Leash. I think he goes by C now on this new episode. And you got Mo Benji. And I appreciate y'all sticking with us. We'll
Shout
see you
out
soon.
to y'all.